Joe?
Did he just leave? Oh my
Can
God.
you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can hear
we
you.
hear you.
Can you hear me? The app bugs out for me sometimes.
Yeah, no, all of us though. It's been
All
bugging
But
day.
out.
I want to try to defend men in that regard as well. Women are the most beautiful creatures in the world to me. So
Big
y'all
facts.
are able to do certain things, such as be very blunt and direct with the curve, and it's still beautiful, right? Back to men having, or if you're raised right, having to treat ladies like ladies. If we were to be that direct in curving, for a lot of you, it would be painful. It would hurt. So we try to appease you guys by going around what we deem as inevitable if we were as direct as you guys were with us. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I'm
That's a
experiencing that
fact.
shit right
That's a
now.
Yes,
fact,
it
though.
does.
Yeah, that's
Like a
true.
woman will tell you, nigga, you short, you broke, you whack. Like, I'm off you, nigga. Get off my line. I'm fucking an athlete now. Suck my dick. Like,
What did I
whatever
come
she
back
says
to?
is cool. A man can't touch that ballpark, and he shouldn't, by the way. I'm not fighting for that right. But it's just different. Like, that's a double. Y'all are granted that. Like, it's just different. I get it there.
App bugging
Oh,
again.
huh?
Joe, I think you got it on. Well, no.
I'm finished, man. I can't fight with this app. If y'all didn't hear me, then fuck it.
No, we heard
Nah,
you.
we heard you. We
No,
heard
we
you.
heard
I
you.
heard you.
Heard you.
And I would agree.
I completely agree with that. But then there'll sometimes when you reject a guy, he'll come back and be like, well, I didn't even want to talk to you anyway. And I think that's the way that some guys mask their feelings of being hurt. And then that just doesn't make it any better because
That's
now,
just immature.
Those are bitches. So yeah, they are immature shit.
Well, now these men know these men are actually killing these women after
yep,
rejection.
Yeah.
right,
So,
Yep.
yeah.
So is it
right.
possible to be 100% honest, like on both sides, where a man feels comfortable enough to be like, hey, I can't say that I'm not interested in a relationship. I'm just not interested in one with you. And then for a woman to be like, hey, this isn't working out.
I kind of want men to keep the with you silent for my ego's sake. Like, you can just keep the with you silent. It's okay.
The whole thing is this, right? I feel like there's, for me, I mean, I'm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? But before I was in a relationship, it was a bunch of meaningless, which I can't stand meaningless relationships. Like, I hate the small talk. Like, don't hit me with the what you doing, where you at, what, like, enough, you know what I'm saying? I can't vibe with somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to have and in order to have a connection with somebody, you really have to take time and get to know them. And in order to do that, they got to be extraordinary because we have way too much access to individuals. We have literally too many options. You know what I'm saying? With social
That
media and
part.
shit, we there's just too many options. So everybody's disposable these days. It's like, all right, cool. This motherfucker ain't talking to me, no problem. I'm gonna talk to, and that's the way, women are just like men, whether y'all want to admit it or not. Y'all talk to several men at a time. Y'all juggle men just like men juggle women. And
Sure
that's the way
do.
that's the environment that we live in because that's what social media is. You're being social with other people. You're kind of like it's like playing a field. You're playing a field until you find the fucking your top draft pick that you want to fucking, you know what I'm saying, take it to the next level with, you know what I'm saying, or really entertain that person. For me, I happen to be lucky enough to have found that person, you know what I'm saying, that I really don't want to fuck with anybody else because she got everything that I ever wanted and more, you know what I'm saying? She's like the one person that I found that I connect with better than I've ever connected with anybody else. But until you find that, this shit is like a fucking chase for the dragon. Like you just, that's all it is. And so like, you're going to have those meaningless relationships. You're going to have those sexual relationships. Maybe, girls got like 5 different guys, right? They got the guy that tricks on them but they don't really like him, but he spends money. Then they got the other dude that they really fuck with, but he's a player and it's just a sexual thing and they really might be feeling him, but maybe he doesn't come around as much. And then they got the guy who's too fucking sweet and he's too nice. You know what I mean? Like y'all got a different guy for every little thing. Maybe you got another guy that you really like, but he might be in a situation. I don't know. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? But until you find that person that you want to take it to the next level with. That's all this shit is. It's like a big ass game. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is. I feel like for everybody. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Not
I got a
me.
question.
I've been in a pandemic.
I have a question. So, you know how like for girls it's obvious that like what type of guys are in their DMs. What are the type of girls that are in the men's DMs?
Great question. I want to know too.
Wait, y'all are typecasting people that DM you?
Man,
No, I'm not at all because I know it's all varieties.
The ones
I
that
think
know
it's.
what
I mean,
I
I
don't
think it's
get
kind of like.
DMs.
I think it's kind of like. I know for me, like the kind of women like I would like to date, and the kind of women I like to like talk to. I think it's kind of like rare for them to like really like slide in niggas DMs, like, and you know, shit I get in the DM is kind of like a little just, you know, they be like whatever. I don't know, it'd be like weird shit. Internet joints.
they be aggressive. They're
Yeah,
aggressive.
like internet
It's a
savages.
whole
Yeah.
lot of emojis, man. Fucking winky faces and smiles and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all the shit is. Heart and liking back people's fucking, you know, that's all that shit is. It's like there's no real conversations going on in DM. You ain't trying to fucking get to know somebody's, you know, who they are through a DM.
Do
So
y'all
Right.
like the aggression? Do y'all like the women that are
I love
very
it.
aggressive?
I love it. That's what I prefer that. That's what I would prefer.
That shit get you nowhere fast with me.
I like it if it's my
big
speed.
facts.
I might fuck with it and give it a shot if it's my speed. Like I said, if it's something that's you know that's still my speed, I ain't really gonna like just be fucking with anything.
Oh, I got a question.
That
If you're a man who generally has a lot of women on you that come to you a lot, how can a woman get your attention?
It's a good question.
By being herself.
Nah, that's for her to figure out, man. Like I was just about to say, the mistake that I see a lot of women make is that they'll lead with sex, not so much because they want sex like that, but because they think that's what the man values. And there's a lot of times where that's just not the case. So, I mean, I wouldn't pretend to be able to answer that for women, but I think that is a valid question for women. How do you get the attention of a man? It's the same thing we have to go through. Listen, all y'all on this stage is fine. Know what we do as men when y'all are fine? We say to ourselves, yo, she's heard it all. Yo, every nigga has tried everything on you when you fine. She's seen the broke niggas with game, the funny fat niggas, and the niggas with money. How do we set ourselves apart?
That's
Like,
a fact.
women should have to ask themselves that same question if the man is in that ballpark, no? I'm preaching today. I'm here. I'm telling you.
I hear you.
Joe.
Nah, Joe's present tonight.
All facts, though. I agree with that.
Hell, I'm sick of you.
I'm just asking valid questions.
So there really isn't no way to stand out. It's just luck of the draw. Be yourself and hope it works out.
Authenticity.
Because what if
Obviously, I
you?
hope people
Because
are being
then what if you
authentic.
attract the wrong person trying to be something you're not?
That's facts.
I would hope people
It
are
would
being authentic
eventually
with
ooze out.
themselves.
Or you get the wrong part of the man you're trying to attract.
So I ran an experiment once. One of my friends sent me this text, like a screenshot that was like going on the internet, basically, or on Twitter, basically about how a pregnant woman asked this girl to slide in her man's DMs to see if he would cheat, and he fell for it. But her pickup line that she used was so clever. I was like, I want to try that. And so what I said, I picked somebody random and I slid in their DMs and I said, I heard you fix phones. And what he's supposed to say is something like, no, I don't fix phones, but what's wrong with it? Because if he's interested, he's going to try to want to help, I guess, because that's what the guy who ended up cheating said. But my response that I got was, nobody told you that. Like, who told you that? And then I was like, wow, you really just didn't answer you didn't really respond the way I needed you to respond. You were supposed to say, what's wrong with it? And I was supposed to say, your number's not in it. And he was like, no, that only will work if I'm already interested in you. It won't really work if if I'm not. So, I mean, it worked for me, but I ended up having to block him weeks later. So.
Wait, why did you have to block him, Janae?